Today we are going to do page number 16 in our math books, and this is lesson number 3 from unit 1, and we are learning how to make 10 to add. And today we are going to do word problems. Let's make a short recap. Earlier we learned how we can we can place different counters in 10 frames. Then we can grab some of them in the first one to complete the first 10 frame and then count quickly to add and find the solution of our sum. Then we practice some more sums using our 10 frames and different counters. Now we are going to go to page number 16, and these are all word problems. Just to make clear, I'm going to make it each and every one on a page because they are so teeny in here. I feel like we should be looking them in a closer view. So I have taken each question and I have placed it on a different page. So don't be confused. We're still on page number 16. Now we are going to solve word problem number 15 on page number 16. Always we should remember that whenever we are going to solve a word problem, we should read it very nicely to understand what they are asking and what's the sum all about. So let's start reading. Tan's team scored 16 points in a game. During the first half, they scored 9 points. How many points did the team score in the second half of the game? Let's see. That means Tan's team scored 16 points in whole game. In the first half and in the second half together, they scored 16 points. So in all, there were 16 points. Now, during the first half, they scored 9 points. So that means we are going to put 9 counters here to show that how much score they have got in the first half. Now what they're asking us is how many points did the team score in the second half of the game? So if we have 9 here, we are going to add some more counters here to find until it becomes a total of 16. Then we are going to count the second counters and see how many points did they score in the second half of the game. So I'm going to start one by one. First thing I'm going to add, in the first half they scored 9 points. Let's see. I'll grab 9 counters and I'll place them in the first tens frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have got 9 points in the first half. Now in all they scored 16. I'm going to grab orange counters here and I'll keep on adding them until I get a total of 16. Let's see. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now in all I have got 16 counters. That means I have made the complete total score of the game. Now let's see, what are they asking us is how many points did the team score in the second half of the game? How many points did they score? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now using this tens frame, I can see that they have scored 7 points in the second half of the game. So this is what I'm supposed to write here. Now all I need to do is just write here 7 points. Let me check it once again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So the team scored 7 points in the second half of the game. Now we come to the next word problem. Problem number 16. Again we are on page number 16. Okay. So first thing, what should we do? We should read the word problem very nicely. The school has a clothing drive for charity. That means the school is calling for the people to donate their clothes for charity. What's charity? Charity is when we are collecting something to give away, to donate some people who are not having that, or maybe they are poor, or maybe they need help. So for charity, they are collecting clothes. So people are donating their clothes to the school for the charity. Anna's class donates 8 coats. So Anna's class is donating 8 coats. Nico's class donates 5 hats. Adam's class donates 8 coats. Again, they are donating 8 coats and 8 coats here. How many coats were donated in all? Now, let's see. What are we asked to find out is the total number of coats. And they have just added the information about hats, and we don't have anything to do with the hats because all they are asking us is just the total number of coats. So, let's start. We will see that how many Anna's class donated? 8 coats. So I'm going to grab 8 coats and I'm going to put in the first 10 frame. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Here I've got 8 coats. Now again, we are not concerned about the hats because they are not asking us about hats anything. They are asking about how many coats were donated. So Adam's class donated 8 coats. So let me grab, for example, I have first 10 frame for Anna's class and the second 10 frame for Adam's class. I'm going to grab and put 8 coats here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now I have got 8 coats from Anna's class, 8 coats from Adam's class, but we know that by just moving a few and completing the first 10 frame, I can quickly find out exactly how many total coats are there. So usually what we are doing, we are taking the last ones and grabbing and putting them, moving them to the first 10 frame. So I'll grab the last coats and move them in the first 10th frame. Now I can easily see that these are 10 and I'm going to count after 10 from here. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I've got here 16 coats in all. I can easily write here 16 coats. Now I'm going to type here only 16 and it's done. So that means how many coats were donated in all? They were in all 16 coats were donated. Now here we are to the next word problem. Word problems are fun to solve. All we need to do is to read the question very nicely, very properly, to understand what they're asking us. So let's start. Draw a picture to show how you can make a 10 to help you add 3 plus 5 plus 9. Explain your picture to a friend. What am I going to do? We are going to draw a picture to show how you can make a 10 to help. We need to add 3 plus 5 plus 9. What are we supposed to add? 3 plus 5 plus 9. But we have to use 10 frames to make a 10 to help us add this. Then we are going to explain this to a friend. So first I'm going to explain you with the help of some pictures. Then in your notebooks you can, it's not necessary that you should be drawing the pictures. You can use only simple counters. I'll show you how. Let's start with the pictures first. So first thing is 3 then 5. I'm going to grab 3 fish here. Okay, I'm going to grab some fish here because first they are asking 3, so I'll place 3 fish. Then I'm supposed to add 5 more counters. We can use, instead of counters, we can use pictures. I'm going to grab 5 more. I'm not going to shift it to the next one. I'm going to use the same 10th frame. I'm going to grab 5 ducks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to grab 5 ducks in the same 10th frame. Next, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add 9 more pictures to the same, and if they are not enough here, I can add it in the next 10 frame. So I'm going to grab now frogs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So again, let me check. I have to add 3. I have added 3 fish, then 5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We must always check our work again and again to make sure that we have done it correctly. Next, I'm going to add 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now I have to see how many are they all together. I can easily see from here that this is the 10. So just I'm going to do easily that I'm going to count after 10. So this is 1, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Now I know that the sum of 3 plus 5 plus 9 will be 17. So I'm just going to type here the answer 17. The same thing you can do with the counters. No need to draw that. If it's easy for you, you can draw pictures. If it's not, you can use the counters. Just like here, I can draw. Yes. Now I'm going to grab 3 from blue and 5 from green and 9 from yellow. 1, 2, 3. Now 5 from green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 9 from blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now you have to explain your picture to the friend. You can tell your friend that I had to solve this sum 3 plus 5 plus 9. So I used different colored counters to help me solve, and using the 10 frame I can know very easily and quickly. I used 3 blue counters, then I used 5 green counters, and then finally I used 9 yellow counters. Now looking at the 10th frame quickly, I knew that this is 10, and simply what I had to do is to count after 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So I can easily know the answer is 17. Finally, we are here on the last word problem on page number 16. This is problem number 18. Let's start reading. Use the tens frame. Show how to find 5 plus 7 by making a 10. We have to use tens frame, and we have to show how we can make 5 plus 7 using the same method we had learned in this lesson earlier, that we have to grab the counters from the second frame to the first frame to complete the first frame. Then we are going to count simply how many more after 10 here. Then fill in the gray boxes. Then you have to fill in the answer here. Okay. So instead of making you can do in your books with the counters. I can show you this later, but just to make a little fun, let's start doing the same thing with some pictures. I've got a dolphin here, and I've got some we have sea creatures here. This is an octopus. So let's start 5 plus 7. I'm going to grab the dolphin, and I'll make sure that I'll grab 5 dolphins. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I've got 5 dolphins here. Next, I need to add 7. Let's add 7 octopus. 1, 2, in the next frame. 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Now using the same method we had learned in this lesson, what we're going to do, we are going to grab the counters from this 10 frame in the first 10 frame to complete it. Then we are going to simply count how many they are all together quickly. So always we remember that we are going to grab from the last ones. So I'm going to grab the last octopus from here. Then, and we are going to move in the opposite direction, and from here to here, instead of moving from the up to down. Here. Now I have completed this first 10 frame, and I can easily see that they are 10. I have just count after 10, 11, and 12. So simply by using the 10th frame, I can easily tell it's 5 plus 7 is 12. Okay, same thing you can do in your books. You no need to use the pictures. If you want, and if you can draw nicely, it's very good. You can use the pictures. If not, you can use the counters here. I'll show you again once here, then we are going to solve this sum. Okay, in first we need 5, 1, to just draw simple 5 counters. Here I have got 4 and 5. And in the next tens frame, I'm going to place 7 counters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 counters. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab some counters from here, I'll start from the end, and I'm going to move them in the first 10 frame to fill up the first tens frame. Always start in the backward direction, in the last one, then before that, and like this. We are not going to start from this side. Okay, now easily I can see that this 10 frame is complete. All I need to do is count after 10, and it's 11 and 12. Here they want us to know exactly how many are there now in the tens frame. Before, earlier there were 5 in the first 10 frame and there were 7 in the second tens frame. Now there are 10 in the first 10 frame. They have already written it. All we need to write is how many are there in the second tens frame. They are 2, and simply by looking at them we can know that it's 10 plus 2 is 12. So I hope it's clear now. You can solve it out easily by using the counters in your books. So for homework, you have to solve page number 16. Make sure you read the sums nicely. We have already done each and every one separately in a separate page. Now you have to solve it by yourself at home.